Hello, welcome to White Birch Tarot. This reading is for, let's say Wednesday, July 19th and Thursday the 20th, but it could last for a week, who knows. Sorry, I have allergies constantly. This is a very strange weather right now. Anyway, so tonight as I'm posting, we have like four planetary objects in Leo. Mercury's in Leo. I didn't write down the degree, but we have Venus in Leo at 28 degrees, and in a few days she goes retrograde, so she's going to be in Leo till October, which is a long time, and she's within 7 degrees of Black Moon Lilith, which isn't a real object. It's something about the orbit between the moon and the earth. I'm really not clear on this astronomical stuff, but something about the moon's apogee, which I think is like the furthest point from the earth. It's not always the same distance, but anyway, so we have Mercury in Leo, Black Moon Lilith, Venus, and the moon. We have a lot of feminine energy in Leo, and Mercury is a hermaphrodite, so he's both masculine and feminine. So this weather's driving me crazy. I'm either freezing or roasting. It's just so weird. Anyway, so I would like to start out, and Leo, let me just say that Leo is about coming into your own power and self-esteem and being seen, and you know, it's also about the heart. It rules the heart. So generosity and love and loyalty are big. And I was going to read this. Do I want to read this? Yeah, I'm going to read this quick poem by Rumi, of course. Rumi wrote everything that's good, practically. He was a Sufi mystic. And you've probably heard this before. But I think this is an amazing poem. It's called The Guest House. Let me start over. This being human is a guest house. Every morning a new arrival, a joy, a depression, a meanness, some momentary awareness comes as an unexpected visitor. Welcome and entertain them all, even if they're a crowd of sorrows who violently sweep your house empty of its furniture. Still treat each guest honorably. He may be clearing you out for some new delight. The dark thought, the shame, the malice, meet them at the door laughing and invite them in. Be grateful for whoever comes, because each has been sent as a guide from beyond. And that reminds me of Pluto, actually, because Pluto is retrograde at the tail end of Capricorn, getting ready to go into Aquarius, I think in January. So if you have any planets, if you know your chart, if you have any planets at the tail ends of the cardinal signs, I have tons. You're having a lot of Plutonian energy right now, which is death and rebirth and power struggles and reclaiming your own power. So anyway, I have pulled I was going to do the Liz Green Mythic Tarot, and then suddenly the fairy cards were in my hands. So I don't know how they did that, but they did. Okay, so the first card I drew is the Fixer. Talk about control issues. Here's a person who wants to fix everybody but him or herself, and also wants to cover up things, so like whitewashing things. And of course, I was just talking about Pluto, and I feel like Plutonian energy is very strong right now since it's at the tail end of Capricorn. Keeps going back and forth and driving me crazy. But Pluto is all about power and getting to the truth of things, even if it's uncomfortable, going down into the depths of the subconscious and finding the real truth. And the Fixer is about the opposite of that. The Fixer wants to just let's just cover it up, and, we'll just clean up the surface and we'll pretend there's nothing dirty underneath. And this can also be, as I said, about trying to control other people or fix them. You can't fix other people. Believe me, I've tried. Doesn't work. And then we have the Hero. And I always get mixed up on this one because I feel it's kind of like the Magician in the Rider-Waite deck, but there's something about this one. I don't know why this one won't stay in my head. I have a block about this one. Oh yeah, that's right. This is a good one. This is about strength, courage, and unconditional love, which, as I was just talking about, pretty much describes Leo, because Leo rules the heart, as I said, and it's about loyalty and love. Leo rules the 5th house in your birth chart, and that's the house of romance, your self-worth, creativity. So this is about standing up for yourself again, and strength and courage. And you know, what was that quote I read the other night? I forget who said it, but they said, being loved makes you strong, but loving someone makes you brave. So that's what this is about. It's about loving someone, and hopefully you can love yourself and be brave, instead of always it having to be about, you know, taking care of someone else and loving someone else and being brave. I'm really good at that, but I'm not so good at standing up for myself and being brave. So I think this is telling us, you know, do that for yourself too. Be your own hero. And then we get the Remembrance, and this is a really kind of a poignant card, I think, because it's about looking back at a prior time in your life or a prior relationship and thinking about the things you wish you had done differently. And I think we've all, certainly if we're human, we've all had that. And so this is kind of a sad card, but it also it teaches us something, because we can look back and say, oh my gosh, I wish I would have said this, or why didn't I do that? And now we know, you know, do that for the people that you still have in your life and the situations that you still have. Try to take a lesson instead of just drowning in regret. I love this card. I think it's beautiful, but it makes me want to cry. And then we end up with the Sorcerer. And he is a strange little guy. He's growing out of a tree. And he's not really he's kind of like the Magician in the other deck, but he's different because he can be very dangerous. He can help you, but he can also turn on you. So this is a very tricky energy. And I would say, just think carefully in power struggles, or just like if someone offers you something and says they're going to help you, make sure that they really have your best interest at heart. And just watch out for this. You could get some help from someone, but make sure that there are no strings attached. That's what I get from him. So, you know, overall, it's about standing up for those we love, including ourselves, and learning from our past lessons, our past relationships. Don't try to whitewash anything or fix anybody. You can't. Just love them. And then I felt moved to draw one Mythic Tarot card, which is the deck I was really going to start with till the fairies popped into my hand. And our overall energy card is the Ace of Cups. And this is wonderful. We got the Ace of Cups last time. This is a gift. This is literally a gift of emotional energy, just coming from God knows where, you know, just divine help coming in when you really need it. So that is good. Should I draw a couple of oracle cards? Let's just see what we get. Yeah, we've got so much. Let's see. The sun changes signs and goes into Leo, I think, on the 23rd. And I can't wait, because Cancer makes me very emotional. And then I think Venus goes retrograde about the same time in Leo. So, okay, we get co-create. That's good. So this is about being brave. And the owl's always about wisdom. So think before you, think before you try to create something. And ask yourself if it's really helpful, or if you're just trying to whitewash something. And then I get Truth Be Told. This is a perfect accompaniment to the Fixer, because this is like the opposite of whitewashing the truth and covering it over. This is like, you know, open your heart. And again, I keep feeling this Plutonian energy. As I said, it's going retrograde at the end of Capricorn, 29 degrees. I think it stays there till like January, and then it moves into Aquarius, and I forget if it stays there permanently. I'll have to look, but yeah, truth be told, and the nodes have changed signs, as I talked about last time. So we're really kind of getting into the nitty-gritty right now. You might be feeling like things are getting very real, and it's just a time to go to your heart space. Notice that the heart chakra is open and there are hearts flying around, and got all this Leo energy which rules the heart. So it's a time to really be honest with yourself and look into your heart and follow your heart rather than your mind. This is all about feeling, I think, not so much thinking. Not that, I mean, you do want to think before you do something. You don't want to do something stupid, but listen to your heart. So, okay, I hope that makes some sense. And, excuse me, please hit the like, share, and subscribe. I know I can't talk. The like, share, and subscribe buttons. And thank you so much for listening. Blessings. Good night.